Hello and welcome to the Bear History Project International, a grassroots style set of interviews focused on recording bear history and queer history in general. Our mission is to capture, define, and preserve the history of the bear subculture for present and future generations.
All I knew was I was into guys. And I ended up coming out to my parents once as a senior in high school, and I don't think they really took it to heart because I remember having to come out a second time to them. I went to a Catholic high school, so it was a non-issue with people that I was expecting them to have reservations, and it was weirdly problematic for people that I thought would be totally chill. I remember the first time I tried going to a gay bar, I spent about 40 minutes on the bus, got to the bar, got terrified, and then went home. And
And look at you now.
yeah, look at me now. So bootblacks are a subsect of the leather community. They are people that it's the Venn diagram between leather person and shoe shine. Like the gear itself has history. So
Mm.
bootblacks tend to see that as their responsibility to some degree to maintain that history by making sure the leather sticks around for a while, and that means taking care of it. And so I got to witness a very feminine woman bootblacking for like old school gay men in a leather bar. And this was like curly red hair down to her butt, corseted, tits out to here. This was a very feminine woman. You've got 2 weeks to learn, and we're going to get you started in the bar. Sorry, what? So
Right.
There's a magazine for bisexuals that I found in a gay bookstore here in San Francisco, and the title was Anything That Moves.
IML has a little bit of a spotted history with regards to gender equality, with regards to trans representation, with regards to all of that. And International Mr. Bootblack going away was very tied into that because we had a number of trans title holders that they were reporting that they were feeling disrespected from this party or that party.
Or don't bootblacks have this lower position in the pecking order of the leather community? And how dare you? Or was it kind of you're of service to the leather community?
I've been to some events where it's like the bootblacks literally get forgotten about, or I've been asked to bootblack events where when I get there, they'll have forgotten that they asked me in the first place. When I first heard about IML being a thing, I was fascinated. And the idea of competing is something that I daydreamed about for probably about 15 years. And I didn't think that it would actually culminate into being a reality until a little over a year ago. Things just kind of lined up where it's, yeah, okay, this year, yeah, I can run for Mr. Palm Springs Leather. And then I won that.
Mm.
So if you get to the end of the 8 minutes in the middle of an answer, that's all you get. 8 minutes.
Sure.
I was expecting some super serious question from him. And he looks down at my bio, looks up at me and goes, so it says here you're into musical theater. I'm like, yeah. He goes, if you had to relate your leather journey as it is now to a musical, which one would it be? And if we're going to survive the next God knows how long we need to work together.
Mm.
I've heard it said that the internet is the place where nuance goes to die. There's far too many title holders that have gone into debt for a title, and I refuse. But I just hope that whatever I do, I leave it a better place. They're trying to divide us and make us easier to swallow. Let's make them choke.
Renee, I follow you on TikTok, and I'm just going to make note that you talk significantly about your IML journey and about bootblacking on your TikTok channel. So we'll direct people there for kind of the extended version of how did you compete and what is. I'm remembering what you said on TikTok of what it's like to compete. And so we'll direct people there as well for
Sure.
the longer form version of this.
I think that overall, in many ways, we have become a little bit more of a melting pot.
Mm.
I think there's a lot of infighting that wasn't there before, or at least wasn't as out in the open before, which hurts my heart a little bit. But a lot of that has to do with issues that should have been getting dealt with for a while now that have been getting ignored. And I definitely know that I'm speaking from the perspective of a white guy. I recognize that there's still a lot of work to be done for our members who are people of color, our members from the Black community, our members from the trans community, or just general gender nonconforming. I will say a big part of it really has to do with saying, fuck the conventional, like, body beautiful, whatever that we get marketed at and thrown at and all this shit. We're just gonna have fun and we're going to embrace ourselves for who we are. But I think overall, it's just fuck the societal norms and all that shit. We're just gonna have fun and enjoy ourselves and let's have a good time and swim and have pizza. I recently essentially heard that things are going to be all right in the end. Things are not all right now, which means it's not the end. But you meet him in person, it's like you're the most unassuming teddy bear
Yeah.
ever. Please do things to me that I'll regret later.